For the paragraph exercise for week 2, you're going to find that it's very similar to what you did in week 1. The only thing that will change each week is kind of the prompt or topic that you write on related to grit. And then you'll also find that each week you're asked to focus on some new aspect of paragraph writing. So, to just give you a bit of a reminder, you can always go down to the course resources and use this paragraph exercise kind of template to help. Also, for this week, you should go and view your grades and see what grade you got on your previous, or I should say, previous paragraph exercise and find out what my feedback was so that you know how to improve for this week and get a higher grade. Now, to go ahead and review, I'm on page 5 of the syllabus here, and we're going to look under week 2 at the very bottom. Under week 5, you'll see the paragraph exercise. So your prompt for this week is basically to fill in the blank for this thesis statement. The relationship between effort and talent proves that blank. So you should be able to answer this question after reading chapter 3, Effort Counts Twice, and completing the reading questions on that chapter. So what you'll do is fill in your blank here, and then that's what you're going to try to prove in this paragraph is what the relationship between effort and talent proves. Okay, so now your instructions are to basically support this thesis in this paragraph using the paragraph structure that was covered in the 8th chapter of Sutton and Fisher, which was the paragraph structure, and then to label each sentence with whether that sentence is your topic sentence, your supporting sentences, or your conclusion sentences. So now I do want to cover a few things in the on the assignment that you'll find on page 12 of the syllabus. So if you go all the way down to where it talks about the paragraph exercises in general, kind of right here, there are some things I want to highlight. One is that your evidence, the samples and support that you use, you can get that from the B question that you answered in the reading questions, which was provide a quote or examples from the reading that show how you arrived at this being the main argument. You may borrow that and use it in your paragraph, and that is completely okay. The other thing that I want to go over a little bit is kind of the 4 criteria that you should absolutely have in your paragraph. One is your paragraph should have a clear topic sentence. That's the first sentence of the paragraph that conveys what that paragraph is going to be about. It also gives the argument that you're going to be giving. So, what is the relationship between talent and effort? And kind of a mini plan of development. That's that little outline that lists kind of the different points of evidence that you'll have in your paragraph. So, usually you want to have 3 points of evidence. So, you should have 3 items listed in this little mini plan of development. So just a little list. So you might say, I'm going to discuss 1, 2, and 3. The second thing is your body paragraph needs to follow that like state, source, sample, cite, which is basically you state your source. And this kind of blends together. Then you give that evidence, that quote or the example from the text, and then you cite it, which we'll explain a little bit more next week how to do. And then, but for now, you can just put in page numbers. I'll just say that. And then to synthesize the source, that's where you kind of explain what does this quote or example mean and how does it relate back to your argument. Now, for this week, what you're being asked to focus on is transitions, okay? Now, a source that can help you with transitions would be, whoops, hang on, let me clear the screen. Would be if you go to our course page and scroll down to where it says week 2 right here. This is a website that provides many great transition words and phrases. So if you want to show kind of the similarity between 2 examples, you can use things like in comparison or by comparison. If you want to show how they're different, you can say however or in contrast. So that just gives you some good ideas there. Now, to just go back to the syllabus, the very last thing that you need to cover and include in your paragraph is a concluding sentence that summarizes the main argument of your paragraph and the main points of it. All right, if you have any questions on this assignment, please get in touch with me.